before asking queries about the same, which I have already shared, I just like to give a brief because DT is a media partner for a lot of the tech brands, India and globally also, and DT has a vast network of channel partners and that is dealer, distributors, system integrators, even the end customers are following us to stay updated about the tech solutions, what is happening around. So in that line, today I have a spokesperson, Anita from Teramind. So we are excited to talk to you.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It's lovely to be here with you. Thank you so much for the space.
Thank you. So now we have already observed how 2024 was for all of us. There were a lot of buzz around. A lot of new thing came in tech. So I'd like to know more from your side that how has been the year so far for you?
Awesome. So 2024 and what we've had of this almost quarter four of 2025 was a strong year of a lot of growth. I want to say that the biggest achievement that we managed to bring into the Teramind was actually creating from completely scratch a whole new team and a whole new partner program. Avishkar here, as you know, and many of our partners have seen this, but for the first time, Teramind has consolidated more than 25 people partnerships only dedicated to channel and partnerships team globally, attending not only the Americas, but also Europe and also the Middle East and Asia Pacific. On the one hand, we have growth almost three times the size of our partner network globally. And not less important, also, we managed to grow four times the amount of sales done by channels. That brings us to an end of 2024, or let's say to the beginning of 2025, to a compounded overall of more than 600 partners worldwide, anything from the US all the way down, to Japan and globally. And we have more than 1,000 new logos or 1,000 new accounts, completely new accounts globally, completely directed or completely managed through partners. So our partner network and our partner program, which our biggest achievement now, the first quarter, is we just completely launched partner program 1.1 for our partners in Latin America. So we have upcoming very strong and very unique partner program. We took the best practices from most of the vendors out there in the industry and other industries as well. And we have built something that is not only, of course, based on tiers and points and and discounts, but also we have a lot of good, let's say, bases or good surprises for our partners in terms of MDFs and SPIFs. So we're working in really boosting a lot of our channel sales globally. And this 2025 is the year that we want to consolidate that growth and make sure that our growth through channels or through partner sales are on track to become the majority, or let's say the biggest percentage of our whole global sales for 2025.
Yeah, that's good to know about the kind of growth you have experienced in recent years, especially on the sideline of the success of your channel program, which you'll carry on this year also. So so we go more into this discussion. I would like to know more about your offerings because it may be few of our viewers will not be aware about what Teramind offers. So, better if you can share what all solutions you are bringing to Indian market.
Yes, absolutely. Um, so Teramind, we are an American company, or leading vendor in user behavior monitoring. So that goes for two specific, let's say, use cases or main use cases. We have some other, but I'm just gonna let's say, focus on our main use cases. On the one side, on the productivity side, where we are a leading platform in monitoring user behavior for productivity use cases on the workspace. So we give organizations of all sorts and shapes and all sizes, anything from a small, medium business, in India up to big conglomerates or corporations, Forbes 500 or Fortune 500 list, conglomerates all across the world, and specifically now moving and boosting our presence in India for productivity. So we have very, very reputable companies using our software to make sure that their workforce is being as productive as ever. On the other hand, the security into or moving into the DLP or data leaking, data loss, data, exfiltration prevention. We have the most powerful tool for helping also businesses and companies, specific now in the Indian market, which we're boosting our presence through our channel partners for security. So we make sure that we have very, very, very robust tool that allows any company from any size to be able to monitor any potential risk or any potential fraud that is happening within the organization.
That's great. Means, I'm sure, you have been seeing the kind of trend, especially in Indian market, that adoption has gone up when it comes to the employee productivity and monitoring the workflow. How do you see the emergence of new technology with your existing solutions like on AI, ML, and IoT? Means, how do you see that these tech is empowering your solutions to work in a better ways?
Yes, definitely. So AI, which is something that, it's very, very, let's say, well spoken and well, let's say, investigated and used to, to an extent on workplaces, is a magnificent tool that actually has boosted the opportunities of how can you use tools as ours. So not only us, and I'm not going to go into that, not only us as Teramind within our organization are really much, empowering our employees and our teams to use or make use of AI tools to be able to do our work better, safer, more productive, more effective. That also we are implementing AI and our own LLMs to be able to take all of the data that we have, things that we can collect from an endpoint or from any computer, hundreds of thousands of data points per day, right? So analyzing and giving the end user, that means, the CEO, the HR head, the CIO, the CTO, a very well digested or easily digested report is where AI, among many other places, come to play a big, big role here. On the one hand, with our software using AI tools, which is something that we started piloting, you can actually use AI assistants to create any sort of rule, behavior, or policy, right? So you can use our software, and even if you are not fully trained or fully up to speed on how to make or configure our software for your workspace or your organization, you can use different AI tools to be able to make this easier for you, right? So we're incorporating a lot of assistance, if I may, to be able to make better and more easy to use our software on the one hand. But not only, we're also taking all of our data and we're running different models and we're running different, let's say, internal, let's say, LLMs to be able to give insights into for our customers in real time.
Obviously, means the as much we go forward, the lot of use cases are there, and we can learn and we can adopt the kind of power AI can give to overall solutions from your point of view and from the customer point of view also. Tell me one thing that you might have seen some trend. Okay, this is my just I wanted to know in between that my next query that you have seen the trend. So where do you see the solutions what you're offering? Where is the trend? Like, where do you see the manufacturing or the service sector, or maybe in which sector do you see that the adoption is more? And these are the two, BFSI maybe the one. So where do you see the adoption of this solution will happen going forward in India, especially that if trend is high? What is your prediction?
Definitely. The first one is everything across financial services, right? So as you know, India has been moving very, very powerful into all sorts of, I'm not only talking about banking, but fintechs and all sorts of solutions of, money. And when we're talking about financial services, call it credit cards or, apps for moving or for paying or for banking or for whatever it is, the risk of actually your information being exposed, as we see every other day or every other week, on the newspapers out there, is very high, right? Usually the financial services, because we're talking about bank accounts or credit cards, whatever it is a very, very sensitive industry in which, with the boom that it's having of, for the past years and, moving forward in India, this is a big, big, big industry or big sector that we're looking a lot of growth into adoption of our tools. So definitely financial sectors is done. And not only into keeping their organization safe, but also as there's a lot of compliance and there's a lot of new, let's say, regulations coming across the financial industry in India and of course worldwide as well, we help organizations leverage their data and their security to become compliant to different standards. So to become just, let's say, use our reports or use our data to become not only safer, but become compliant to different, regulations as they happen.
Right. Means, when it comes to, a company's growth, it's all about, team efforts, which is put in to the right direction for, better results every time. So I believe that, your solution is not restricted to these numbers. Anyone who is using IT and they have a small team or the larger team can adopt the solutions so that, their companies is growing and on the right path. Am I right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So you talked about cybersecurity and you had that solution DLP also. So can you tell me some of the trends which you have seen that these are the trends the company should understand and they should you can predict certain upcoming trends and because of those trends we need to take care of these solutions to adopt in our organization. So what is your take on that?
Definitely. So I would say that one of the biggest trends that we're seeing, and although it has been a lot of debate around it, is hybrid work, right? For any industry, but specifically, moving into the cybersecurity, hybrid work, of course, possess for workers like you and me a lot of flexibility, a lot of benefit. That's why, a lot of organizations continue to embrace and continue to keep hybrid or remote working, policies. But on the other hand, keeping also control of the data of the organization when the working is work, when the person is working on their house or working as a nomad or working wherever that is, it becomes a challenge, right? So on the one hand, keeping your data secure where your workers are working from different locations, different houses, different computers, different infrastructures in terms of versus when you have one specific place that is just completely monitored on a monitor network. So there are the hybrid workplace, on a cybersecurity or security level, possess a lot of challenges that Teramind can efficiently and very easily manage to help organizations to control. So definitely the one is the hybrid let's say work models. The other one is AI powered cyber threats, right? So we were discussing before into AI the same way that we are using AI into insightful or positive uses from our organization, how to use our software within organizations. There are many other people out there, or many other organizations out there developing actually AI into negative sources, right? Negative, threats, negative, call it whatever that is, hacking attacks, phishing attacks, but they are using AI tools to leverage this work from many different, simple things as just pretending to create some sort of AI tool to edit videos or pictures, whatever it is, but actually being potentially a threat or a software that becomes a threat for our organization. So therefore, organizations are being very vigilant on what type of AI tools are being used within our organization. So making sure that your company embraces the AI tools, but on a secure way. So that's definitely another thing that we see on how AI could be and will be definitely a good thing for the workforce, but you also have to keep vigilant. You also have to keep an eye on keeping your organization secure from the bad threats or let's say the bad guys or the bad side of the AI, right? On the one side.
I have one, this can be my last
Exactly.
query for you because, I know you have a lot of engagement further. So I'll just conclude with this discussion. That is, congratulations on your tie-up with the Round Robin, who is a leading partner for India and serves with, involved with a lot of leading brands. So how do you see your partnership with Round Robin will bring great solutions and then effective solutions for the Indian companies? How do you see the relationship will go further?
So definitely, Round Robin is one, our most strategic partner in India. Teaming up with them has helped us in many ways. It has been crucial not only to help us understand and properly penetrate the Indian market. I think that having for, and I would, recommend this for any vendor out there, having local presence with, companies or partners that locally know the culture, the language, what's happening, the trends. Having those eyes, local eyes for us in India through round robin has been crucial for us to understanding and addressing specifically the market needs. So that's on the one hand, in which although we have been present for quite a few years in India, stepping up or working closer with round robin and strategic partner has allowed us to grow much, much, much faster. We have been together, exploring how to grow our new acquisition partners, so how to grow their reseller network together so we can grow together, across India, and how to feed or how to better enable our network of existing or new, network partners. And not only us, but how can we together participate on key events of the industry or, different industries across, the entire, all year round across India. So looking ahead, scaling up the joint initiatives from the marketing to the partners to the expansion to the understanding of the market together, while we're deepening our knowledge and looking into hiring locally and looking into establishing further local presence throughout our partners. This partnership with Run Rover is a cornerstone of our expansion strategy, and we have been not only very pleased, but very, very excited of what's coming for 2025 together with our partners of Round Robin.
Great to hear from you. I'm sure that, the kind of institutions you are having with Round Robin, I'm sure, hopefully we'll be connecting more frequent to know what the updates from your side. And whenever we are connecting next time, you will have good numbers and good kind of story, success story to share with us with Round Robin, what you did in the past. But, before I leave and say final, goodbye to you, just one message, maybe you might have some customers on board, or you're looking for the customers who can join your solution and as a customer. So what will be your small message for them? Why they should trust Teramind? Why they should deploy Teramind?
Well, numbers speak by themselves, and the customers speak by themselves. We have currently not more than no, currently more than 10,000 customers of all sorts of industries, shapes, and sizes using our software with a very, very, very high satisfaction rate across all industries and vendors. But not only that, we have been appointed year after year as a leading vendor for companies like G2 and Forbes, and we have been nominated after extensive market research of many other companies as a leading vendor. Not only that, but currently we have updated our ISO 27001 certification, SOC 1 and SOC 2. So we are stepping ahead into being more compliant, more into the trends, and as we step in and grow through our channels, you will always find local presence, local partners, local support 24/7 from a leading vendor and a leading platform. So going with Teramind is the best way that you and your company can go in being completely safe of mind and keeping your organization productive and safe, not only being said by our, but more than 10,000 customers that use us, and many other agencies that rate this type of software worldwide.
So, the kind of legacy you're carrying with the company's background you're having, the global presence, and sorry, the announcement you are making with the round robin with the all local support will definitely give a good result in years to come. With this note, I had a great chatting with you, and hopefully we are connecting again to share some more story with my audiences. And maybe, my audience can ask something because I might have missed asking to you. So I'll reach out to you through Round Robin and Anishkar, my friend, and so that we are having a good connect with your Indian customers. So thanks, Anathan.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you also, Avishkar, for organizing, and we look definitely very much forward into sharing more news, exciting news, and many more milestones of our growth across India with you guys.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.